Hi friends, this is probably my favorite patriotic craft project I've made so far this year. I think it turned out so well and I'm really loving it and I hope you do too. So let's get started. So I found this sign at a thrift store and we are going to cover it. So I'm just sanding it and getting some of that writing off the top and plus roughing it up because it was kind of a smooth surface. By the way, I need to get better. This is Tammy with My Whimsical Day. I need to get better about saying who I am. One of my Facebook friends says, "What is your name?" So I am Tammy. So I roughed it up and now I'm just going to put a little bit of regular acrylic paint over the top. I'm not even covering the whole design, just most of it. I'm going to Mod Podge scrapbook paper over it, and I didn't want any of that design to show through. So I'm putting just a little bit of white paint over the top, and I will dry that. And now I'm going to put a generous layer of Mod Podge all over. And I'm just going to spread that around evenly and make sure I get it clear to the edges and the corners. I don't want any of my paper to pill up at all. So I've got my mini heat press heating up right now, and it heats up super quick. So it's heating up while I get this Mod Podge on, and then I will give it a quick dry. This is my favorite way to Mod Podge. So now here's the scrapbook paper I'm going to put on, and I got this at Hobby Lobby. I think this is really pretty paper. So I got it set on where I want, and I'm just putting my parchment paper over the top and just ironing it for probably 20 to 30 seconds, I'm guessing. Just making sure I get every square inch of it and focusing on the edges and the corners as well. So now I'm just going to take my mini sander and sand away. Smooth those edges out and get any excess paper off there. There's not a lot to go on those two sides because I got it quite close to the edge, just barely hanging over. I do like it to hang over some because I like to sand the edges and make them really smooth and crisp with the edges of the surface I'm putting it on. I'm just sanding smooth, and after I get that paper off, there's a couple edges that need a little bit more sanding just to smooth them out. Sometimes the Mod Podge glue will come out a little bit and make it a little rough or just a little gooey or something. So I have to go around and make sure I get all that off as well. This is my little mini desktop vacuum cleaner. I use this all the time. Gets all the paper particles, paint particles, sawdust. So now I'm just going to go and distress all these edges lightly with Tim Holtz Distress Ink in the color Vintage Photo. And I'm especially getting the corners, and then I just kind of use my finger to blend it. I really like this distress look. It just kind of makes it look a little more vintage, a little more weathered, I guess. I love finding old signs and wood pieces from the thrift stores and upcycling them. That's just one of my favorite things to do. So now I've got all these biscuits. I get these on Amazon in a package, and it comes in 3 different sizes. So I'm using the 2 biggest size, and I've got 8 of each, and I'm going to paint the biggest ones True Burgundy by Folk Art, just acrylic paint. And I'm just going to get most of it while I hold one end, and then I'll dry them, and then I will get the rest of it. And I'm not worrying about the bottom because that's what I'm going to be gluing on anyway. Just using a regular foam brush. Okay, I will dry those, and like I said, I will finish painting the other end and get them all complete, and then I'll set those aside. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the next biggest size, and I'm painting these vintage white, and that's folk art paint as well. Doing the same process, just holding on to the end, and then I'll get those afterwards. And I realized I had one of the smallest size mixed in, so I needed to replace that. Make sure I got them all the same size. I'm getting it all over my fingertips. It's hard not to, that's for sure. I'm a messy crafter, especially a messy painter. Okay, and then I've got one half bead. Get these on Amazon as well, and there's all different sizes, and I'm just using the biggest size I've got. Just painting that True Blue by Folk Art Paint as well. That's going to be the center of my flower. And that's quickly dried. I had to get some of that off my fingers. It was bugging me. Most of the time it doesn't bother me, but this was really going underneath my thumbnail and that, so got the worst of it off. So now I'm just going to sand lightly all the biscuits. Why do they call these biscuits? Does anybody know? Anyway, I'm going to sand all of these just lightly and rough them up. And I'll do the same things with the vintage white colored ones as well. I really like this roughed up sanded look. And after I sand them, they kind of take on the design too, and so it just looks extra nice, I think. So now I'll get all 8 of these as well. And I will sand very, very lightly the blue half bead as well. Now this is my paper covered floral wire, and I just wrap it around one of those thin Dollar Tree skewers. And I'll just wrap it round and round and round, then push it up. Keep wrapping it around, pushing it up. Then I have a long piece like the one I showed you. So now I've got 2 pieces, and I was hoping that would be enough, and it ended up being just right for what I was going to do. So now I'm going to build my flower. So I'm going to put down 1 flower petal, and then I will put one straight across from it. That's kind of how I will work my flower. Getting the petals all even the way I want them. I'm putting all the red on the bottom. Getting it almost finished, and then I will add the white ones that are a little bit smaller on top in between each petal. And I will do the same process, kind of work straight across from the one I previously put on. And I remember as I was putting this together, it was so appealing to me to see this come together. I just loved this flower that I built. So I'm going to use that curly wired paper covered wire as the stem to my flower. So I was kind of mashing the end just slightly, sticking it in between those petals, getting it a good start there, and that's where I was going to start my stem. And I wanted my stem to be wavy, kind of curl, go down and then curl back up. So I just made a trail of glue. The end there was kind of folded weird, so I cut that off. Then I'm gonna finish with that piece, and I wanted it to look like it was all one piece, so I was just kind of able to kind of twist it in there, and you really couldn't tell where one ended and one began. So that last little piece I'm gonna make 2 little leaves with. So I'm gonna cut it exactly in half. So just like the stem, I start it at a certain spot and then just make a little path. And when I get up to the point of the leaf, then I bend that wire back down and just follow that path. Just kind of secure those ends in there. I'll do the same thing with that second leaf. Again, at the point of the leaf, I just bend it back down and have it follow the path back to the stem. And I love how it's looking so far. I just think that this turned out so cute. So now I'm going to make a bow to put on the upper left corner of my sign. So I put a piece of twine down that slot of my mini Bodabra. And I'm just going back and forth making loops with torn pieces of fabric. I'm using red and kind of cream colored and blue. And the red and the cream colored actually were coffee stained previously, but the blue, I did have some that was coffee stained, but I ran out of that. So I'm just kind of randomly putting them in there, and I'm going to put a little bit more red. And the red were short pieces, so I just am folding them in half and do them twice. So I put the loop on the opposite side. And you just bring those ends up and tie them in a knot down that slot, and then bring it up and tie it in a knot in the back, and I'll cut that excess off. So I was just trying to get the loops all situated, and I wanted the blue to show really well. It was kind of hiding in the back of my bow, so I was just moving things around, getting it situated before I glue it on. Just making sure where I was going to hang it first. So I will just hold that in place until it's dried and set. Then I can continue to arrange and trim those tails. So it's looking pretty cute. I'm not quite finished, but I've got all these USA and America patriotic tags, and they come in my Etsy shop in my Patriotic Blooms listing, and I will link that below the video. But I'm using the 2 tags. One says God Bless America, and the other one says Land That I Love. So the God Bless America, I'm going to Mod Podge onto this wooden tag I have. But first I'm going to distress them both with Kiehl's Dark Sealing Wax. Just darken them up because I didn't want the whiteness of the cardstock. So I did that to both of them. Then I'm going to Mod Podge the one onto the tag, the wood tag. Got a little bit too much Mod Podge. And then I'll dry that, make sure it stays adhered down really well, and I'll trim off that excess that hangs over the edge. And I'll use a little stylus that I get at the Dollar Tree to punch that hole through. And I decided it needed distress a little bit more around the edges. So this is the Tim Holtz Distress ink again. So I just needed to find that hole. So I'm just going to glue that onto a scrap piece of chipboard I had sitting around, and leave roughly maybe an 1/8 inch border of chipboard all the way around the tag. I'm going to distress the chipboard as well. I'm just going to glue that on the bottom right corner. So I'm just using some of this white thread to thread my little wooden tag. And I'm going to see how low I want it to hang from my bow, and then I'll cut the excess off, and I'm going to glue that string right in the center of my bow. Then I wasn't sure what I was going to put in my bow. I thought about a button, but I was then thinking I've got a rusty star, but I kind of didn't like the way that looked, so I went with 2 little jingle bells, rusty bells. So that's what I did. I glued the ends right in the center of the bow there. And I thought that looked really cute, and it covered up the string that's holding the tag. So I'm getting almost finished, but I knew I wanted the tag to hang at an angle, not straight down, and be easier to read, but I needed to kind of fluff it up underneath a little bit. So I thought I'd put some fillers in there of some Excelsior. I like this stuff. It's so fun. It's kind of along the lines of Spanish moss or sisal, but it's just a nice filler, and it just gives it another texture, another fun thing to look at. So I'm putting it just in a few random spots where I needed a little something. And when I get all that in, then I'm going to just lightly glue the tag onto the ribbon and the Excelsior underneath, so it will stay hanging the way I want it to hang. So now I'm just arranging it really good and trimming it up and getting it just right. So now that's what I'm doing, is putting a little glue down there to hold it where I want it. And that is it. I'm so pleased with how this turned out, and I hope it inspires you to make something similar. I sure appreciate you watching, and you have a whimsical day.